So we're here today with Matthias Fleury channeling Yoriel from the CELESTIAL9, and we are March 21st, the year is 2020, and we're asking Yoriel to give us a message about these days and times in order for us to accept what's happening. Thank you, Yoriel.
Yes, acceptance. Acceptance and not resistance are the secret of happiness. We are just talking between us that it is like jumping into a river, the river of life. If you jump into the river and begin to swim against the current, and begin to fight, begin to resist, then soon you will become tired and begin to drown. However, if you accept the current, if you relax completely, and even lay down and float in the river, you will be able to relax and let the rays of the sun hit your face and enjoy 100% the ride. So who are you? The one that drowns and resists, or the one that enjoys and take advantage to feel the sun? Whenever you are faced with hardship, adversity, and uncertainty, there is an energy that you call fear that arises into the field of consciousness. This energy, fear, causes contractions inside the physical and astral bodies, and provokes certain blockages. These blockages begin to feel uncomfortable in the physical body, and they become emotions. An emotion is a thought form that has been crystallized. So what is the antidote here but to relax and accept the challenges that life gives you in the present moment? Accept 100% whatever rises in your field of consciousness. Accept everything as a cloud that comes up and then dissolves. However, if you project into the future or into the past, these contractions are going to take over your physical and astral body. And slowly, they will affect the immune system. So the body can never become sick by itself. What becomes sick is the mind. The mind accepts certain information. Can be individual information or collective information. And since you are connected to the collective mind, then it is very difficult to disengage.
Yes.
But even though it's difficult, it is possible. And there is proof of this. There are many practitioners, spiritual practitioners, that have accomplished this. They never get sick, they don't get cold, they can live without food and water, etc., etc. And of course, until you are not ready for this, it is important to follow certain restrictions, like staying home. And actually, this restriction, even though it seems negative, because you feel maybe lonely, or you might feel that you are imprisoned in your house, even though you feel this, if you change your perspective, if you change your viewpoint, you will realize that your house could be like a cave in the Himalayas, a place in which you can use to go inside, to understand your psyche, to understand yourself, to connect to that deeper area of your I thought, a deeper area of your essence. And here in your house you can begin to uncover the secrets of the universe. Begin to detach from this collective unconsciousness, which has been manipulated so many times. So you cut these cords and you become autonomous. You become clean. So clean that this ground of who you are will become, in a way, very fertile. And from your heart, this beautiful crystalline rose will arise. A crystalline rose that is connected to eternity. A crystalline rose that you can call the inner master. But not an inner master that is separated from you, separate from you, but an inner master that says, you are this amazing, clear expansion. Which is not only immune to any disease, but also powerful and all-pervading. And remember, whatever is happening now is just a reset. The computer was working bad. We have to reset it. You think of a virus out there. However, the Earth itself feels that the human race is actually the virus. So, what happened here? The human race went in a different direction. The human race has even created viruses. Because it acts like a virus. So now it acted as a virus and created viruses all over. Many times. What goes around comes around sometimes. So you're not being punished at all by the universe. You're not being punished by anyone. The only thing that punishes you is your own mind. So we have to change the structure of the mind. Go deeper to the structure of the mind. Know that there is enough for everyone. It's not necessary to go and destroy all the resources in this world just to gain some paper. If the human race really wants to survive, it has to change. You have to find peace inside your heart. Peace and unconditional love. And this is the only exit. And with this, I'm not saying, and we are not saying that this virus is going to finish with the human race. But what I'm saying is the human race is destroying itself. One way or another, if there is no change, at some point, the human race will collapse. Because the world, even though so generous, is not able to sustain this mess. So it is very important during this retreat to ponder and think about this. and begin to be more generous. Share. Share your love, share your peace. If you have workers, treat them well, pay them well. Begin to share more and more and more. So there is more equality, so there is more balance. Because one day you can have so much, and the next day you might have nothing. And you might blame God, but not. God or Goddess has nothing to do with it. It's just the sickness, the diseased mind. So clean your mind, purify yourself. Begin to understand more and more that you are one. Everyone is connected, and everyone here is an extension of God. If you hurt somebody, you're just hurting your own self. If you lie to somebody, you're lying to your own self. If you go into a supermarket and buy everything, you are taking food from your own self. There's poor people out there, for example, that can buy too much, and they have families. They can buy maybe one bread and one bag of rice and beans. So they live that day to day. They might have to work a couple of days and go the next day. Maybe there is nothing there. So think about this. Open your heart. Realize that everything around you is your own self. You are the dreamer. You can change this situation. You can change everything. This is time to reflect on this, to meditate on this. This is time to change. And of course, we are not blaming the human race for this. We are not blaming you. We are just blaming the diseased mind. And you can heal it. You can change it. You can convince your mind that there is other way. That at some point, things have to shift. It's like living in a boat. And if you overpopulate the boat, at some point, the boat, with all that pressure and weight, will sink. It is simple as that. And we are here to help. We are here to help you. And now there are energies that this planet is sharing with you. that the universe is sharing with you, so you can keep evolving. So this is the next step. So now, join these energies. Join this earth. Become a beneficial bacteria instead of a virus or a malignant bacteria. Do not be a cancer. Help this world. In so many ways, you already know. I don't have to mention. Begin to help this world. You can do it. It is possible. It is possible to end this vicious circle that will take humankind into an oblivion of confusion that could end in a catastrophe. This is the moment to reflect on this. Be in the escape of your house. Do not resist. Accept this beautiful change. Relax. You can do it and you can make it. And we will do this together. Questions?
Thank you.
Yoriel?
Yes.
Hola. Hi.
Hola.
I wanted to ask you, I work in a hospital, in emergency room.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for us working there during this time?
Yes. We always talk about the mind. The mind is it's like the central point of health. So it is imperative not to be afraid and not to doubt yourself. Imperative. And it is imperative also to keep your physical body alkaline. Because even though this is a dream, and if the mind is not completely convinced, and if there is a doubt, maybe in a subconscious or unconscious level, then you are prone to let certain mental information, this mental information that you call the virus, because you are all living in a huge mind. So everything out here is mental information. This couch, this physical body, it's like you are in a huge hologram. So you can do anything you want with the hologram, and you can be very, very healthy within this hologram. Because now you know the secrets of the universe, and you can change the hologram. However, the mind, the individual mind and the collective mind, which your individual mind is connected with, has been convinced otherwise. So there are certain patterns, mind patterns, there are certain belief systems paradigms, etc., that have to be unrooted. And sometimes these roots go really deep into areas of your brain, into areas of your astral body and causal body that you can't access right now. And these areas of your mind, especially the areas that are connected to the collective unconsciousness, are producing certain vibrations that are associated with emotion, fear. And even though on your conscious level you are trying to be positive and not afraid, you can help it because there is this huge tidal wave being produced by the collective unconscious mind that destroy any kind of structure built by the conscious mind. So then we have to use certain medicines which are also holographic projections to help the physical body. And you all know that if you keep the physical body alkaline, then you keep a body, or you produce a holographic body that is immune to most things. Also, you have to help this immunity with some tranquility of mind. Because you can take all these things without believing, it's okay. It's not necessary to believe for the body to become alkaline with certain things. But then if you, on top of the doubt, also you keep being afraid, then fear itself might produce certain diseases, and maybe you won't get the coronavirus, but you might end with cancer or something else. So it is very important to keep your mind clean, to keep your mind calm. But we would say that if you take baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, maybe half a spoon 3 times a day during this time, or 4 times a day, that will help you quite a lot. Something so simple like that. Alkalinity. If the body is well oxygenated also, if you practice some breathing exercises, this will add to the process. Of course, there is the danger that you might, even though the body is alkaline, it can be, or it could happen, that you enter a process of incubation, you say?
Yes.
Mhm. In some cases, because usually the alkaline body doesn't even let the incubation process set in. And a well oxygenated body also. But this also has to go hand by hand with a diet. The diet that we are talking about is not a restriction in what you eat, but how much you eat. If you eat very small amounts, then your system is going to work really well. Because you can do all these other things. But if you overeat, then you're also opening yourself for diseases to come in, any kind. So you have to eat very small amounts, you have to alkalize yourself, you have to breathe a little every morning. You have to get some sun. We are talking about things that are almost free. And always keep your back straight. Keep your back straight so the energy circulates. Keep your chest open. And smile will do the rest of the job. The smile changes the emotional state of your mind and body. Be in the present moment and practice not being afraid, not being sad, not being angry. Practice this state of mind by holding or anchoring in the present moment, in the here and now. Be aware of awareness. Be aware of your expansive self. If you do these things, these simple things, we believe you'll be protected. But remember, small amounts of food. Very important. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure. Anything else? Any doubts?
No. Thank you. That was very clear.
Okay. And anybody can do this. People in the hospitals can do this during this time and do it as a way of life. Even when everything ends, just keep doing it.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And peace be with you. We'll be back during this time. We will be back.
Thank you. We look forward to
We're
it.
all together in this. We love you all so much, and we want to protect you. We want to help in this beautiful transition.
Thank you.
Peace be with you.